Let's start by kind of defining, I guess, the types of chains. Monolithic versus app chains and the difference between those, um, but also like the use cases and like, what's the point of those two types?
Sure, happy to. So a couple of years ago, when Ethereum came along, you know, the vision of Ethereum was to build the world computer, the world settlement layer, where every transaction is somehow verified on the Ethereum blockchain. And um, that idea hold until I think 2017, when people started to realize, hey, this doesn't scale. It doesn't meet our demand. So maybe it's a good idea, instead of just having one computer that everybody in the world uses, to have multiple computers that can interact with each other. Like everybody here in the space probably has his own phone and is not sharing his phone with his whole neighborhood. But we're communicating here via the internet. And really it's the same concept, same ideas, just in blockchain. So instead of having one giant supercomputer, everybody
The
has
mesh.
small little computers. Exactly. And they communicate with each other. And there are multiple interoperability protocols. So if you really compare it with the internet right now, we're roughly in the stage of 90, 95, so mid 90s. And we haven't even found out who's going to be the winner. What's the internet going to look like? Will it be IBC? Will it be something else? We haven't even gone so far to know this.
Right.
And regarding your question, monolithic blockchain and app chain. So really, monolithic blockchain is the idea of having one large super blockchain that rules everything, or a large chunk of everything. And the app chain vision is, hey, let's build an application and put it on a blockchain and let this blockchain communicate with other blockchains.
It's more flexible from updates.
Yeah, there are a bunch of reasons why you not want to have just one blockchain in the world. But at the same time, there are problems arising with having smaller blockchains, like security. There's costs involved, so not everybody can afford his own blockchain. So there are pros and cons when you're an entrepreneur and you need to decide, do I build an app on a smart contract platform like Ethereum, or do I build my own chain? So there's pros and cons.
Okay. So what would be your like favorite chains at the moment? Like top two?
Well, obviously Ethereum. So that's a
Yeah.
no-brainer. Ethereum is the first, freely programmable smart contract platform. It's running reliable, and it's the second largest chain in the world. So that's a no-brainer. The second question is also a no-brainer for me, because um, so White Whale and Ponzi Ninja and myself, we come from the Cosmos ecosystem. So there's
Hmm.
really not one block or a second favorite blockchain that everybody has in the ecosystem. It's more like this vision of having app chains that communicate with each other. So I'd say my favorite one is Ethereum, and then it's not a blockchain, but it's a communication. It's an idea of having communicating blockchains with each other.
Okay, so maybe you could kind of go into the difference between IBC and Cosmos. Like, I guess the IBC is like the communication, right? Like, it's the idea of the network. Is that what you're describing?
Exactly. So back in 2017, when peak bull run and Ethereum was really clocked, a couple of smart kids got together and they said, "Hey, let's build a framework where you can easily build your own blockchain, like a do-it-yourself kit." And they called this the Cosmos SDK. And the Cosmos SDK, it's a plug and play, you know, type of thing where you can plug in different modules, like you want staking, you want governance, you want sending of tokens, and you can just build your own blockchain type of thing. So it's not that easy, but in essence, that's what it's like. And that's the Cosmos SDK. And you use the Cosmos SDK to build blockchains. And then these blockchains, they're fully sovereign individual blockchains with their own validator set, with their own rules. And these blockchains can then communicate with each other via an interoperability protocol called IBC. So you could, for example, be on the Cosmos Hub. That's the largest chain, probably most of you guys know. And you could send a transaction to the second largest blockchain in the Cosmos ecosystem, which would be Osmosis.
No.
And you don't need any bridges. It's IBC that connects these chains.
It's not only Cosmos like specific. You just need simply said like a state machine consensus thing. It's like some technical terms, but there is also like completely other blockchains or technologies that can and do implement IBC and do some stuff there. And I would have.
I think your connection cut out. Okay. Yeah, I see.
Happy to jump in for him. So
Yeah.
He correctly pointed out that this IBC protocol, right now it's only used between Cosmos chains, but there is active work being done to connect the Polkadot, the Near, the Avalanche, and the Harmony and Ethereum blockchain or blockchain ecosystems with IBC. And once that's done, you could trustlessly send your DOT tokens to whatever on Avalanche without ever touching these bridges with these multi-sigs, nasty stuff.
So where does the arbitrage opportunity appear there? So I guess that removes the arbitrage opportunity once that's possible, right? Like once you're able to then send the coins between the chains without having to use a bridge, then there's no arbitrage opportunity.
I think there will still be wrapped coins